Welcome to the ultimate backstage pass, the pulsating heart of the high school sports universe. Get ready to rock with the gang from the Corner to Corner podcast as they take their sports obsessions to new heights. Meet the dream team, Sean Kiper, Adam Muncy, Wes Crouch, and Daron Stevens, as they unpack the secrets, emotions, and triumphs that light up our local sports heroes. Whether you're gearing up for a game or unleashing cheers from the stands, get ready for an exclusive scoop that'll knock your socks off. It's showtime.
From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat. High school pride, we're repping every street. Sean, Wes, Adam, Daron on the beat. Downtown Mount Sterling, where the fans all meet. From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat.
The show.
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into another episode of From Corner to Corner, Coach's Corner, presented by Community Trust Bank.
This camera right here, if you want to.
Who's that guy down there on the end, Wes? Who is that?
I did a show. I've done a show with him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
right. I mean, it was a big show.
It was a big show.
Big show.
Monster show. So.
He's done almost as many shows in this studio as Sean has now.
By time wise, it's very possible. I mean, we were here for 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, time wise, I'm probably right there.
Overall streaming minutes.
Right. All right, so episode 384 here, and the Runke week that was is fairly minimal as we get ready to transition out of basketball season and into softball and baseball
And tennis.
That was
And
supposed
track.
to kick off tonight, but Mother Nature decided it's going to snow again
who
today.
doesn't like 75-degree weather, then thunderstorms overnight, then an inch of snow on the ground? Who doesn't like that?
Right.
Welcome to Kentucky.
It is Kentucky, that is for sure. So
I got you one better, Wes. It was shorts and T-shirt this morning,
Yeah.
and then when you come out this afternoon, you got to have a parka.
yeah.
Sure enough.
So our Rumpke week that was, two things happened. One, GRC boys won the Region 10 title. They will play Thursday night against Johnson Central in the state tournament. And then, of course, the big thing that happened Saturday night, GRC girls, Coach Robbie Graham and the girls over there won their first state title. So congratulations to Coach Robbie Graham and the girls over there at GRC. Tough fought victory over Assumption. They were obviously the best team in the field. Adam, I think back all the way to the beginning of the basketball season, you said that it was GRC's to lose, and they did not lose it.
They did not. They
Lost
worried
only
me.
2 games on the entire season, and one of those was out of state tournament.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first round they show up and play a North Laurel team who was ready for them. Credit to North Laurel. GRC did not shoot the ball well, and at that moment I was like, okay, maybe this will be a little tougher than I thought it would. But then you look at the team stats, they still forced 30 turnovers. They still dominated the offensive rebounds. They still doubled up the opponent in field goal attempts. The shots just didn't fall.
Right.
Which happens when you play in a
Right.
in Rupp Arena
Right.
compared
Well,
to
and
everybody else's high school arena.
And you even made that comment in one of the text threads. It's like bigger arena, bigger stage, more people, things like that you get into it. Even though like those girls had been there the last couple of years, they were missing the Byers sisters, right? So this was the first trip without the Byers girls.
Which I think I told you before the season too, that worried me even more because like that unlocked a new level for GRC that we hadn't seen yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's not that inside presence that's just commanding touches on the block.
Yeah.
Elias Stroke can do it all.
Yeah.
And she proved that this week.
Yeah. And on the post-game interview when they talked to her, an 8th grader talking like she's a seasoned veteran, saying, last year we were unable to get it done for our seniors. She's, talked about she didn't have that big a role last year, but she said, I knew this year we had some seniors, and I wanted to make sure that I did all I could do to make sure they walked out here champs. And
I
so
mean,
the only seniors they had was Nia Chestnut and T. East, right?
Jalen Goodwin.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And they did that Saturday night shooting 0 for 11 from behind the 3-point arc.
Yeah, didn't make a three.
There was one 3-point shot made in that entire game, and it was an assumption three in the second half.
The only regular season loss that they had in the state of Kentucky was a 3 overtime loss at Assumption.
And that was before Edmondson came along.
It was, yeah, for sure. So, congrats again to Coach Graham. We're trying to work it out with him and the girls to see when we can get them on the show. Hopefully, that'll be next Monday night, but we're waiting for confirmation on that. So, just keep your ears open for that. So,
That's not the only thing that happened this week.
It wasn't?
No,
the archery team. Sean,
we
sent it earlier, Wes.
We got to shout out the Montgomery County archery team. They went to a tournament. They went to the state NASP tournament on Saturday and achieved the highest team score they had ever achieved with a 3,223. Oh, wait a minute. That's the highest score of the season. Didn't break the team record, but just about did. Anyways, you had Mason Stamper that shot a 287 out of 300 and Bella Walker who shot a 283 out of 300. And each of those shot a perfect 50-50 round throughout the tournament a couple times. So, but main thing is they competed at state, did so well that they get to compete as a team at nationals, not just individuals, but as a team at nationals.
Very cool.
So, way to go, Montgomery County archery team.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
And we all sat here and pretended we knew what 50 of 50 and NA whatever that was. We all pretend we knew what that was.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right.
And Sean, you mentioned all kinds of sports that's going on right now. None of those are our guests tonight, though.
Nope.
No.
And we'll find out who our guests are after we take this opening commercial. We'll be right back.
At Rumpke Waste and Recycling, family is at the heart of all we do. Our name is on every truck, every container, every facility. And we take pride in what our family name represents. Friendly, reliable service. Families trust us. Businesses trust us. Communities trust us. And you can too. Learn more about our family business and the important work we do at Rumpke.com. Rumpke, waste and recycling done right.
All right, we are back. So, talking about guests,
It was.
we have we traveled a little further east down 64, and
With the blizzard conditions today, you
right.
never know how that's going to go.
22.4 miles.
right.
Not quite. Actually, it's a little bit further.
A little bit further, probably 29.4
Probably,
miles.
yes, right.
So we have with us Rowan County's Athletic Director Broderick Moore, and he brought with him brand new head football coach Alan Harris and assistant Matt Logan. So welcome guys to the show. So
All new. All of them. Sparkling new. Got the shine still on.
got the new baseball hat. We
That's
got
right.
new logos. I mean, Broderick comes in and just starts changing all kinds of stuff. So Broderick,
That's a nice quarter zip. Once again, I'm a 2X. Just saying.
This is the eBay special.
They make them in 2Xs. Send them my way.
So Broderick, been a fan of the show, for a while now, and you got the AD job, and kind of reached out to us and said, "Hey, can we get some love in Rowan County?" And it's not that we don't want to; it's just it's hard to travel sometimes. But the show can do that. So
Do you remember that, Wes?
What?
Because I've Me, you, and Daron have always said, let's get to Rowan County. And Sean's always been like, no, we don't. Vikings? Like, do we take a boat? How do we get there?
It's too far. We can't
It's
get
too
there in
far.
time.
There's not a Lee's there.
Look,
Can
just
we
because
even go?
just because you've been gone for 6-8 months don't mean you can come back and dump all the bull crap in one episode, okay?
I've got to go fast.
You guys just can't cross the river over there.
That's what it is. I'm afraid of bridges.
Well, management has this rule: if we don't have a sponsor in that county, we can't do a show in that county. So,
So Buffalo Wild Wings, we'll be hitting you up.
So anyways, Broderick, congrats on the new gig there. And one of the first things you got to do was hire a new football coach.
Yeah, usually your most money-making sport. 29-year-old guy got an AD job. Now we got to hire a football coach. So yeah, we got Mr. Alan Harris. I guess back at the end of December, probably maybe January around that time. So.
Yeah, you guys were supposed to be on in Snowmageddon during Snowmageddon, but that shut all that down.
Yeah.
So plus we were moving into the studio at that particular time. It's funny that it's still snowing.
Right. It just started again. So, Broderick, when you're going into any kind of coaching search, football, baseball, basketball, whatever it is, what's something that you were looking for in a coach?
So being young, people really don't think that my generation is like a big guy on discipline and accountability and just those kind of traits to having somebody. Me, I played college baseball. I can tell you where I got my discipline and all that from is Alicewood College coach, Mr. Scott Cornett. He's been there for probably over 30 years now. Great guy, but one of the things that we had down there, we had rules. We had couldn't have facial hair. So any kind of practice, any kind of road trip, there were sometimes that he would have a box of razors waiting for you to get on the bus. If you had facial hair, you had to dry shave before you got on the bus. Seen a couple guys do that. Couldn't have long hair. We just had rules
so he's
down
the
there.
New York Yankees of Eastern Kentucky.
Yes, and that he grew up in that time frame where he was a Reds fan, but he liked the way the Yankees ran their organizations and stuff. But it was just having somebody that had the old school mindset, what I was looking for, and somebody that had a little bit of head coaching experience and not just an assistant that was coming up. That could really just get together the community, get some more players out to play, and then kind of just, I guess, get more things under control, kind of, I guess you could say, whether it's making sure we have everything that we're supposed to have helmet-wise and jersey and being a little bit more organized. But that was mainly the one. I mean, if you do the little things right when it comes to organization, the big things will happen.
Okay, I've been gone 6 months. I guess I get all the questions tonight. So, Coach Harris, for you, what was it about Rowan County that attracted you to that job?
Well, most of my career's been at the 1A level, and if you've ever coached there, you understand how frustrating that is because you don't have a lot of players to work with, funding's low. And I stepped away last year and said that I would never coach again unless it was for a bigger school. And then I absolutely died not coaching football last year. So at the end of the season, I was working as athletic director at Pineville, and I told the superintendent, I said, I'm going to reach out to some bigger schools if they open up, and if one of them offers me a job, I'm leaving. And he didn't believe me, but because Pineville was very good to me. The administration was really good to me, and I had a really good job there, and I was happy. But football's just been a part of my life since I was big enough to know, live, breathe, eat. So without football last year was kind of hard for me. Even though I got to be still in the game, around the game as an athletic director, it's not the same as coaching young men and teaching them and making them better people. So. I reached out to a few schools, and I got a few interviews, and the thing that impressed me about Rowan was it was a Sunday when I applied for the job, and I waited to apply for Rowan because it was so far away from my home.
Yep.
So I waited till it was almost too late to apply, and I was sitting there on Sunday morning, And as soon as I sent Coach Broderick my information, he responded back to me. Well, that impressed me. I got a military background, police background, coaching background, and like he said, I'm big on discipline. I'm old school, so it really impressed me that he was on top of things so quickly and that he responded. And you know, when you're looking for a coaching job, even the response of, "Hey, we've already filled this position," or we're not going to interview you, that goes a long way with me instead of just leaving you out there in limbo. So when he responded to me the way he did, it really piqued my interest. And then the principal reached out to me a few days later, and then I really was interested. So then I started looking at Rowan and looking at the landscape, and I was like, you know, that's a place that I want to go and try to change what's been going on there. So.
Right. So one thing, especially like here in Montgomery County, we've noticed with coaches we've had on is they talk about how it's one school and everybody feeds that one high school. Is that something that played a part in going around?
Definitely. Being at Pineville, you know, you had Bell County on this side, you had Middlesboro just down the road, you had Knox Central, then you had Corbin, and you always had to compete with those bigger schools. And like if you had a kid that was pretty good, he usually was stolen from you before he ever got to high school. So I knew that Rowan was the only show in town. So I was like, that was really intriguing to me also. Plus a lot of student body, a bigger school. The facilities are phenomenal. The numbers of students that you have is phenomenal. The stuff that they provide for your kids is just, everything's just top notch, and that excited me, and I wanted to be a part of that. So,
Have you seen an uptick in interest from other kids outside of the football program already?
Yeah, I try to talk to about every kid that I see that fits the football bill. And when I pass them the hallway, like, hey, you play football? Do you want to play football? Right now, we've got about 61 kids on our roster. We've got about 32 in the weight room. The rest of the kids are playing other sports. And then I've spoken to probably 20 or 30 other kids that give me a maybe, or yeah, I want to play. I'm just playing a different sport right now. So I'm hoping that we have between 60 and 70, maybe 80 kids on the roster this coming year. There seems to be a really good buzz right now about the football program, and that just attributes to, you know, us kind of changing the culture, and some of the kids that have been a part of the past, they see what we're doing and they like what we're doing, and they're talking about that, so it's a buzz around school, so it piques the interest of other
the
kids.
Natural organics of a coaching change, and can even be an athletic director change. You know, it starts that culture from the top down there, and you know, kids will naturally, you know, see that and they're like, we need to go check this out, see what's going on with it. So that's really exciting.
So culture is something that, heck, nowadays it almost loses its meaning because people throw it around like it's just a good buzzword, like culture. Obviously, I'm going to guess discipline's big in the culture of your team.
It is huge, and when I was interviewed by Rowan, one of the biggest concerns was that discipline needed to be greater and the culture needed to change. And I pretty much told Coach Broderick and our principal that I'm not a yes guy. I'm very high on discipline, and I'm going to be stern and consistent. And that's how I've always ran my programs. Now it's harder at a 1A school because you lose kids when you're firm with them, so you kind of got to take a different approach. But it's all the same base tools. It's just here at Rowan you can do it just a little bit different because you got more kids.
Right.
But kids want discipline, and once they get in there and they get a taste of it and they see how much better it makes them as a person and an athlete, and it makes the program better, they thrive on it. So getting them to the table to eat, once they eat, it usually turns into a good thing. And if you get a kid in there that doesn't want that discipline, then you probably didn't need that kid on your football team anyway.
Right. Coach Logan, what was it that brought you to Rowan?
Oh, just a culture change. I really liked what Alan was bringing to the table. We spoke behind, closed doors, and liked everything that he had going for him. Same with Broderick. I think Broderick's done a great job with the hires he has made in his first year. From Coach K to Coach Harris, it's a big culture difference in that school, and the kids love it. So,
have you all started off-season weightlifting and all that?
Oh yeah, we've Coach was running the weight room for us before I got there, and I was in contact with him. But since I've been there, we've been in the weight room every day except on Fridays. Our numbers have grown every week. When I first got there, we had about 12 to 15, and right now we're at about 35 consistently. So we're seeing a change, and the kids are starting to see a change in the benefits of the weight room after about a month. So that those kids get out and talk, and it's a good buzz and good chatter, and we're getting ready to start doing some speed work and start our installs for our offense and defense. So things are going really good right now.
As I say, the spring practice is not too far away.
We start spring practice the Monday after spring break.
Okay.
And we're going to run that Monday through Thursday the first 2 weeks, and then the Monday, Tuesday the last week. So that'll give us the 12 days.
Gotcha.
So,
do you? Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Do you all have any kind of spring game or anything like that?
I'll let you take
thought
that one,
out.
You struck something there, Wes.
I get crucified on this, but I'm not a big spring game kind of guy. I'm not even a big contact spring kind of guy.
Okay.
I see no benefit in high school football for a spring game. I just don't see how it benefits you as a program. You throw kids out there with no conditioning, no nothing, and for 12 days, and you beat the crap out of each other, and you can't even use your incoming freshmen. So I just don't see a benefit in it. I've lost kids in the past that were going to be seniors for the season because they got hurt in spring practice. We're going to do spring practice. We'll run some drills, low contact stuff, but we will not play a game.
So more technique, starting to, like you were talking about, starting to learn a little bit more offense, defense, mindset, and kind of go from there.
And it'll give the kids kind of an idea of how practices will run after they get out of their other sports and we get into the summertime and stuff like that. But I just don't see. I don't even know why high school, like the KHSAA, I don't even know why they allow spring practices the way that we do it right now.
I mean, what the KHSAA allows and doesn't allow, that's a whole 3-hour show.
That's a deep subject, right?
Yeah.
But for you all, I mean, you talking about how you got about half the roster in your weight room, and having practice during the spring might be able to perk the interest even more for them to come to practice, do a little bit of that more stuff, and then be like, okay, guys, look, we need you all, not just half you all, but we need more of you all in the weight room at that point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's been the conversation daily for us, and I'm a big believer in multi-sport athletes. I don't ever tell a kid that I want them to just play football. I actually encourage them to play other sports. Mm-hmm. There's a price you pay as a football coach for that, but some of it's good, some of it's bad. We probably won't have 100% of our team there until after day period.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the animal that you deal with in high school. But we know where they're at. We've made contact with those kids. We have a system in place where we know where they're at daily, and we're staying in communication with them. They're learning stuff when they can, and they're in the know. So we've got them kids involved. They're just not. We just don't have our hands on them yet.
Sure.
So how much have you looked into the roster wise to know, what you have coming back, going to be seniors next year, what's your leadership look like? Do you have a young team, or is it an experienced team, or kind of a mix of both? Or?
I think it's a little bit of a mix of both. We've been lacking discipline-wise and in the weight room, so we look like a JV team to me. Now, we have some athletes, and I feel like we've got a really good chance to win a lot of ball games next year if our kids just buy into the process. We're going to be small up front for the most part, so that the offense is going to have to be offered for that. But I do feel very good about where we're at skill-wise from what I've seen. Like I've watched tape, I've listened to the coaches, and from what I know, we have a very good nucleus in place. But an old coach of mine used to tell me, Coach Carson, he used to say, "Coach, everybody looks good in shorts." So you really don't know. You got to get them out there and get them in full pass to see what you got.
That's why they call it the Underwear Olympics in the NFL Combine, right?
So, but from what I see and from what I've been told by the other coaches, our nucleus is good, and I'm very excited about some of our kids. I don't want to let those names out of the bag yet, but I think there's going to be some surprises from Rowan County football this year.
It seems to be a fairly common theme when we have a new coach come on that just takes over the program. And that first conversation is about that weight room, and it's like a foreign subject to the kids that they've just taken over. Have you all noticed that, right? I mean, it happens a lot. It's like you would think in today's games, whatever sport it is. I mean, the baseball coaches and the softball coaches come on here and talk about the weight room, and it's like we get brand new coaches come on. And it's like, we got the kids in the weight room, and it's like a new experience to them. It's like a whole new world. So it blows my mind.
I think at Rowan you have so many kids playing multi-sports that they've not been in the weight room a lot because, half of the football team's playing 2 and 3 sports. So they don't get in there. And then, kids are intimidated, especially kids that come from the middle school into the high school. They're intimidated in the weight room. And you guys remember, you get in there and you want to outlift your buddy, but that's not what it's really about. And then it becomes intimidating, so a lot of kids avoid that. And I think just the last few years, that's what's happened. You've had a lot of multi-sport kids that's just not been in the weight room. And then the rest of that nucleus has kind of been slipping through the cracks because of all the other things that are in place.
And I think it's the difference on what you're doing in the weight room. Like programs that I grew up and played in or whatever, there's some coaches that I'm like, I know this workout's going to suck, and there's some that I'm like, I may not even get anything out of this for 2 hours. So I think there's a difference there. I think there's a difference in the people that have the strength and conditioning background that know how to program a specific weight program and a skill program and a speed program compared to somebody that's just like, we're going to here, we're going to bench today, we're going to do some curls, and then we're going to go home.
Right. Our weight room is very intense. I believe in lifting every single day except game day. We will lift in season. It will be part of our practice ritual. Because the weight room, it just builds confidence. The weight room will never lie to you. And it doesn't matter what sport you're playing. If you're in the weight room, you're going to be a better athlete. And I've already seen the confidence in some of our kids that didn't have confidence when I got there that are starting to get confidence because they've been in the weight room. So I'm just a big supporter of it. I believe in it. I kind of run the weight room differently than your most traditional football coaches. We run a system where everybody's doing something for 45 minutes. Everybody's moving. Nobody's staying around. I got that from a couple of coaches out of Indiana a few years ago. They kind of taught me what they did, and I've just put in what I want to do in the weight room into their program, and it's a phenomenal program, and it's hard. Like, if you come back the next day,
you're a strong kid.
You're not just strong, you're dedicated to what we're doing.
Coach Logan's like, yep, I did it. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's tough.
I call it the Diamond Gym. If y'all have seen that on Instagram, I mean, he's the replica of it, for sure. And them kids, I thought they would back away from it, but they have fell in love with it. And the change in demeanor in some of the kids and leaders that we have it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So, obviously we talk multi-sport athletes at Rowan County. I don't know if this kid plays football. I don't know what else he does, but Cam Cross needs to be on a football field. I've seen that boy in basketball. The kid looks the part.
Cam Cross will be on the football team.
Oh.
We've had several conversations with Cam, and he's a track kid. He's a basketball kid. He's actually going out in the country to play AAU basketball this summer. So it'll be. We probably not going to get our hands on Cam until after dead period, but me and Cam's had several conversations. We've already put in a Wildcat package for Cam. Like he knows what's going on, and we're excited about some of the things that he's going to bring to the table for us.
He played last year too.
Yeah, he got hurt. I think
he broke his elbow first game. Yeah,
but what I seen on tape last year before he got hurt, he's can really help us.
Did you say he broke his elbow?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was his elbow.
That's gotta hurt.
That's gotta hurt. That's poof.
All right, well, it's time to take a break and pay some bills. So hang tight. We'll be right back here with the guys from Rowan County. You are watching the From Corner to Corner Coaches Corner presented by Community Trust Bank.
Got a dent or scratch, no need to despair. Jacob's Auto Body, we're beyond compare. Custom paint, so sleek, insurance on our side. 70 years of trust, we're your hometown pride. Jacob's Auto Body will make it like new. 859-274-7425 is the clue. Jacob's Auto Body, run the show.
Anthony is using Community Trust Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled, his part of the big lunch meeting, and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust.
When you can't fit the car in the garage anymore, or the guest bedroom is overrun with junk, it's time for a Rumpke open-top dumpster. Rumpke offers open-top dumpsters in a variety of sizes and are often delivered the next day. You fill the container with unwanted material on your schedule, and Rumpke takes care of the rest. Don't wait to reclaim your space. Contact the waste and recycling experts at Rumpke today. Rumpke, waste and recycling, done right.
I still can't believe she's gone. I don't know how we're going to plan all of this.
I know. I felt the same way when your granddad passed. The Kaufman Funeral Home really helped us get through it.
Were they compassionate?
More than that, they took care of us. They made us feel like family. They handled the entire situation from beginning to end.
At Kaufman Funeral Home and Crematorium in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, we're honored to walk beside your family with dignity and compassion every step of the way.
That's exactly what we need right now.
Kaufman Funeral Home, where we believe every life is a beautiful story that deserves to be honored with love, dignity, and heartfelt celebration.
At Keystone Financial Group, we focus on what's important, you. As an independent firm, we have access to a wide range of financial services and objective research to help ensure your wealth is proactively managed. Call Joel Godby or John Morton today at Keystone Financial Group, 859-432-1084 for your local retirement and investment advice.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Keystone Financial Group, a registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial.
Special thanks to Brent Wehunt, proud sponsor of our Menifee Athlete of the Month and scholarship programs.
All right, we are back here with Rowan County AD Broderick Moore, along with the brand new head football coach Alan Harris and assistant Matt Logan.
We got a comment on the Facebook page from a Mr. Chris Hart. We've already had him on the show, Montgomery County softball coach. He said, Coach Harris is a quality hire, and I knew him back when he was a softball coach at Corbin. He'll be great for Rowan County, and wish him the best of luck. So, coach softball too.
Well, Coach Hart was at Corbin. I did coach softball, but I didn't coach for Corbin. I coached for Pineville. But Coach Hart he coached it.
That's right. He did coach at Corbin.
Chances are Wes probably read the comment wrong. If I had to guess,
when I was a softball coach at Corbin, so yes, I did.
Coach Hart, he's a phenomenal guy, and he's doing a great job. And I actually reached out to him and his wife when I was about to move here, and got some information from them about the area. And fun fact, his wife was one of my professors in college.
Okay.
I went to college later in life.
Okay.
So, after my police career, I didn't have a college degree until after 18 or 19 years of policing, and then I went and got my teaching degree. So.
Nice.
That's good recovery there, not calling Coach Hart's wife out being old, right?
I think I'm older than she is.
Sean did that, not Coach.
Yes, Sean Kiper.
Hey, Sean, you know what happens when you call a coach's wife old? You could potentially have a fender bender. Jacobs Auto Body, your trusted hometown shop for quality collision repair and auto body work. From minor dents to major repairs, their experienced team will get your vehicle looking like new and back on the road fast. When accidents happen, trust the pros. Jacobs Auto Body.
So if I get hit, it was Coach Hart's wife. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
He can fix your car, not your face. Sorry.
So, Coach Harris, you kind of talked about it a little bit. Talked about your schedule and how Rowan County is going to win some games. Who's on the schedule this year? Is it complete?
Yeah, it's just flipped from last year. So we're in that 2-year cycle. So we opened up with
Goffin on the road.
East at home, Bath at home.
Yeah, East at home, Bath at home, Fleming, and then we
Play
get
away.
Oh wow, you get district games early.
No, we get the grateful opportunity to play Johnson Central and Ashland in our district every year. So we've got them two in district, and then we got Boyd and Greenup. And then we got West to finish out the year. There was one game I'm probably missing in there somewhere.
Clay. We
got to go to Clay this year too. So that's going to be a nice 2.5-hour bus ride or 3.
Yeah, that's a pretty good little drive.
Yeah,
I can't wait. That's all.
I was going to say it's just right around the corner for you.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So is that a trip that Coach Logan will be on the bus supervising, and you'll just, hey, I'll meet you at the field? So, Coach Logan, Coach Harris talks about how you were leading strength and conditioning till he got. What have you seen in the weight room from these kids?
A complete buy-in. You know, a lot of kids talked about the lack of discipline and structure that they wanted, and I think Broderick made a great hire about that. And them kids, I thought Harris was going to run them away at first, because I didn't think they was ready for that, but they was. You know, complete shock, and man, they love it. They love it, and they tell their friends about it, and more kids show up every day. So there's nothing to complain about.
Sounds like the AD might need to build a bigger weight room, right?
It's pretty big right now.
If we get to 60 kids, 100%, we're going to need a bigger weight room. 100%.
It's on my long distinguished list.
Indoor practice facility.
That would be nice. If I had an open checkbook, there would be a lot of things that I would do. But
you mean a high school athletic director doesn't have an open checkbook?
I wish I had an open checkbook.
He has done a phenomenal job, by the way. I want to brag on him because, you know, I was an athletic director too, and it's an incredibly hard job. People don't realize how hard it is to be an athletic director. And he's always made time for me and taken care of me and our students and our coaches, and he just does a phenomenal job. So I'm happy to have someone like him running the athletics, when you got somebody that you can turn to that's always willing to help you and he takes care of things, it's a big plus for you as a football coach.
What is Rowan County considered? 2A, 3A?
No, we're 4A.
4A, okay.
Yeah, we
Right.
So I guess the last couple of years our enrollment has went down a little bit. According to my wife, we were, cause she's from Rowan County. She's born and raised. She said we had probably close to 1,000 kids maybe a couple years ago. And I think now we're down to the low 900s maybe. So we've lost a couple kids, a few kids to, we have a virtual academy there on our campus that we've had a lot of kids enroll in that and just be virtual full time. And that virtual academy actually has kids from like 6 different counties. So that's why we can't count their numbers for our enrollment anymore. So that makes our enrollment go down, which we were in the upper end of 4A, and I was kind of hopeful that we could get a few more kids and move up to 5A, but we'll probably be stuck in 4A for a while at least for football.
Now, can those kids that are enrolled in virtually, can they play sports?
No.
So they're kind of like homeschool kids.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Well,
interesting.
There's legislature going through right now, trying to get it passed where homeschool athletes.
Yeah, I've seen that. Now we do have some that are like a hybrid model there, so they'll do some of their classes at the high school. They'll do more than, I think they got to do more than half a day at the high school, and then they'll have a couple classes that they'll do virtually too. So we do have a few kids that do that option.
It does seem to me that both of my kids go to Moorhead. Mm-hmm. So, being in a town where you've got a high school, you've got a base, Moorhead, Rowan County base there, but you've also got a college campus in the same, in the same area. So, sometimes to me, you can think that would get kind of lost in translation. Your high school and your middle school could get lost in translation. That doesn't come off to me as the issue in Rowan County and in Moorhead. I mean, they know and love their Rowan County sports along with the university there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just got done working at Moorhead the last year and a half. I was the athletic trainer there for the women's basketball team. Mm-hmm. So everybody at Moorhead was phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about Kelly Wells, the AD there. He is a top-notch human being. He's always been. He's a Hall of Fame guy from the KHSAA, state championship at Mason County. Like, he's just a top-notch guy. And whenever I took this job, I remember him telling me that he was jealous of me because he didn't want to see me leave because he liked me, but he was happy for me because of what the opportunity meant just as a whole. And there's times that I'll give him a call and ask him about stuff, which AD at the college obviously handles different stuff than the high school, but he's been at a smaller school as an AD at Pikeville, and he's been at other places where he's probably had some roles as admin at the high school level. So he knows a lot of those answers that I have sometimes. And me and him have worked together on some stuff. Like, obviously, there's been times in the past where we've used their facilities when we had our football project. I guess last year, the year before last, we got those new bleachers put in, and we had to use their football field for the whole season. So that's always good to have a connection with if something happens in the future where we have to use somebody else's facilities. Having that there is awesome.
I mean, that I'm sure that was probably fun for the kids being able to play on the college campus.
Oh yeah. I went to a few of those games and watched that year. I think it was the year before last, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2 seasons ago.
That would be interesting to play baseball there. If Rowan County had to play baseball at Moorhead's campus. Now that's an interesting baseball
years
field.
ago, the 16th region baseball tournament was held at Moorhead.
Okay.
And if you go way back, maybe 70s and 80s, I think the state tournament used to be held there, or at least a part of it. And then I think there was a semi-state game when they did the whole semi-state for a couple of years there. I think Moorhead hosted a couple of those games too. But they do. Moorhead does like a showcase every year where they'll have a couple of high school teams come up and play. I don't think we're playing in it this year. I think Bath actually played in one the last couple of years. I think they may be playing in one this year too up there. But yeah, it's definitely. I remember going back and if you go there and watch a college game, it'll be 18-14 final score usually, or especially if the wind's blowing out, you'll see about 12 or 14 home runs hit. So it's definitely an opposite Finn way, and it's definitely an interesting park to play at.
Have you seen Moorhead?
I have not.
You haven't?
Mm-hmm. No.
Maybe Darren can pull it up.
Oh, don't you worry. Ask a question.
Have you heard the old folk tale why it's built like that?
No.
No.
I don't know how true it is. Somebody may comment and say it's not true, but this is what I was told growing up: was there were endangered salamanders in the creek behind there, and that they couldn't infringe upon the endangered salamanders whenever they built it. I don't know how true it is.
I mean,
Somebody on Facebook may comment and say I'm wrong.
I mean,
but
that
that's
sounds
just what
like
I've heard.
something that,
That sounds as true
Because
as
it's part of the national forest there. So that creek that comes down is the Daniel Boone National Forest all the way up in those hills there. So
There you go.
Yeah. Look at that outfield, Sean. You're the baseball guy. No, don't turn your head.
No, I'm
having nine lefties in my lineup.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if you're a lefty, you're going to.
I mean, what is it to right field there?
There's old Facebook posts that people have posted on those like stadium baseball pages. I don't know what it is actually. I've heard that it's like 290 to center, and I don't know how true it is.
Well, that's 500 to left.
Yeah, which 290 to center for a college baseball team. I mean, major league stadiums you're looking at 400 to center. So that's
wow.
That's a bunt.
That is an interesting ball.
There's actually another interesting field that I've actually personally played on.
You're going to talk about?
It was out in Fulton County, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
So I played in the Ohio Valley League when I was in college. It's a wood bat summer league, and we had 7 or 8 teams out in western Kentucky. We had Owensboro. I played for Muhlenberg County. There was a bunch of them. Fulton had one, Henderson, and there's a team called the Fulton County Railroaders. Their field was almost identical to that. It may have been actually shorter. And the funny part of that was in right field was a police station. So every time you hit a home run over the fence, you may have hit a police car. And they would have 7 to 8 lefties in their line. He would just pinch hit lefty after lefty after lefty.
That's great.
That is.
So, Coach Harris, one thing I always enjoy is like when a new coach gets in, they always take the logo and they put their own spin on it. Like they bring a saying with them, like for Vikings, row the boat or whatever. Do you have anything like that?
Swing your sword, Vikings.
Swing your sword.
And burn the boats.
Burn the boats. I like that even better.
And lead from the front. That's our 3 this year. I try to do a different slogan every year. So, but that's our 3 this year. Swing your sword is kind of like, you do you, whatever your best is, you give it your best, and then lead from the front's obvious. Burn the boats is, if y'all don't know the history behind burn the boats, it's when you come into a new area and you're trying to conquer it, you burn the boat so you don't retreat. So.
True.
I
like it.
That.
Yeah.
That looked good on a T-shirt that I'm going to get one day.
RC on the front, burn the boats on the back.
I don't want an RC on the front. I think the Viking on the front would look better.
That'd be RC.
Hey, Adam, I know a guy that can make that happen.
All right.
Hey, I know a place in town that can hook you up with that too.
Shh. We have a sponsor here on the show that does that stuff.
What? We can get a sponsor.
It might happen to be the guy that said he knows.
Just said we are not a part of that.
Here, let me go back. I think Broderick missed that.
So offensive, defensively, not to give away too many secrets, but I mean, what's the mindset that you're bringing to Rowan County, on both sides of the ball?
Well, I've called my own offense for the last 26 years, so I don't think that's going to change. Everybody always asks me what kind of offense I run, and I've learned this in 26 years. You can't build an offense around a high school team because it changes so much. So you have to develop your offense to the kind of kids you have. So, typically if we can be a powerhouse run team, I'll run it. If we need to be a spread team, we'll spread it. I'm a little bit of everything. I don't care to get into an I or a power I. I don't care to get into a bone. I don't care to get into doubles on each side or quads or an empty. I'm just one of them guys that's kind of a hodgepodge of everything, and I usually try to develop the offensive strengths around the kids and what their strengths are. So, Not really going to say what my thinking is for where we'll be this year on
Sure,
that.
understand.
Defensively, I brought in Coach Moore. He's going to be our defensive coordinator. He's got 5 years college experience, a couple of years as defensive coordinator at the college level, and he's going to bring a lot of knowledge and some excitement there. Again, I'm not going to really divulge what kind of defense we're going to run, but I think he's going to do a phenomenal job there. And the whole coaching staff, I learned a long time ago that you got to put great people around you, or you're not going to be successful. And I've been blessed to have able to hire some great men that I'm really excited about what they're going to bring, and I'm looking forward to that. So I think a lot of good things are going to happen for our program, and you just got to kind of sit back and wait and watch.
So other than Coach Logan, who else is on the staff?
Well, help me out there, Coach. I'll let you.
Coach Jones.
Yeah.
Coach Moose.
Moose.
Coach Miller. Coach Wages.
And Moore,
Drew. Well, that's Goose or Moose. I'm sorry.
No,
no.
Yeah, they're both are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got
Landon.
two.
I can't think of Landon's
Mooses?
last name. Maybe Landon, Harris, myself, and Moore.
So we got a hodgepodge of guys. I've got 3 line coaches right now. I think you can never have too many line coaches. And then I've got the defensive coordinator. I've got a running backs coach. I've got a receivers coach, special teams guy, defensive backs guy. So we've kind of got it all covered. Linebackers guy, newly promoted too. So our coaching staff, we've got some young guys that don't have a ton of experience that are really hungry, and then we've got a lot of experienced guys that's going to be coming in. So I feel like our coaching staff's just a mix of, you need that young coach to be there for the kids, and then you need the old veteran type of guy. So we've got a good mixture of that, and I think the young guys are going to learn from the older guys, and I think it's going to be a really good experience for everybody.
And the big one we have is we have our assistant middle school principal. That's also going to be helping at the high school football.
Coach Jones.
So I feel like that's going to be helpful for getting some kids that are in the middle school to stay playing all the way to high school when they got their favorite assistant principal out there coaching. So,
well, Coach Jones, he's high energy, and he's very knowledgeable. We played at Morehead State, and he's going to bring a lot of knowledge to that defensive line. So he was a very good add-on to the staff. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get him to coach. He's been administrator the last couple of years and taken that path. And it's hard to do that and coach sometimes, but he decided to give it a shot. So we're excited about having Coach Jones on the staff, along with the rest of the guys. I mean, all the guys, they're going to play a tremendous role in what we're trying to do. So
Very cool. Very cool. A lot of exciting stuff. Sounds like coming the Rowan County way for sure on that part of it. So, Daron, are you ready to take that final commercial break over there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take our last break here. Come back and wrap it up with the Rowan County guys here. You are watching the From Corner to Corner Coaches Corner, presented by Community Trust Bank.
This segment's been brought to you by CRC Roofing and Renovations. Whether it's a new roof, repairs, or a whole home generator, CRC Roofing and Renovations has you covered. With quality craftsmanship and dependable service, they'll help you nail your next project the right way. Give CRC Roofing and Renovations a call, 859-327-3913.
Hands clacking, bats cracking, fans cheering. We're never slacking. Corner to corner, you know what we do. Representing hometowns all the way through. 4 counties, one voice, one goal. To lift the kids up and let the stories be told. From the bleachers to the field, it's all heart. We're more than a podcast, we're a community part. From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat. High school pride, we're repping every street. Sean West, Adam, Daron on the beat. Mount Sterling made, where the love runs deep.
At Rumpke Waste and Recycling, family is at the heart of all we do. Our name is on every truck, every container, every facility. And we take pride in what our family name represents. Friendly, reliable service. Families trust us. Businesses trust us. Communities trust us. And you can too. Learn more about our family business and the important work we do at Rumpke.com. Rumpke, waste and recycling done right.
Spring is here. Are you sure your roof is ready for the rain? Winter weather can leave behind hidden damage like loose shingles, cracked flashing, and clogged gutters, all of which can lead to costly leaks. At CRC Roofing and Renovations, we provide expert spring roof maintenance, leak prevention, and repairs to keep your home safe and dry. Don't wait until water damage ruins your home. Call CRC Roofing and Renovations today at 859-327-3913 or visit our website to schedule your free spring roof inspection. Protect your home with Central Kentucky's trusted roofing experts.
If you're driving by and see that light, stop on in, get your colors right. It's more than gear, it's your story design. At Incoviv Designs, every thread's a sign.
All right, we are back here as we get ready to wrap up the show. Guys, thanks for spending your Monday night with us. Coach Harris, it sounds like you've got some exciting plans and brought some life and rejuvenated the Rowan County football program. And sounds like
a quick question for Broderick, and I meant to ask this a minute ago. No, we had to go to commercial.
It's too late.
Andy's old, and sometimes he forgets, and now he just remembers.
No, I remembered a long time ago, but he got into his spiel, and I didn't want to get him too far into his spiel.
I mean, why would we not interrupt me during my talking?
Well, yeah.
Wouldn't be the show if we didn't.
Away from football a little bit, what was it like being at Menifee County for the boys district championship game?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And him hitting, and Cam. We brought Cam up, but
Cam Cross hitting the shot.
I mean, hitting the shot to win that. That was that was a shot that pretty much took over social media for a while.
Showed up in my TikTok for you.
Oh yeah,
good.
I mean, I was just
we're getting
scrolling.
viewers.
There it was.
No, honestly, that was probably one of the top 5 high school basketball games I think I've ever watched. Just from the fact that we were down 20 to start the fourth quarter without a shot clock, which is usually you don't come back from that. But we made a run, and there was points that we even were down by 8, and we would have a turnover, and there'd be like 3.5 minutes left. And I'm like, you usually don't come back from this either. Honestly, the third quarter, I looked at my wife and I was like, if I didn't have to stay, I would probably go home. But then we came back in that fourth quarter, and then Cam came down, and my brother-in-law, Grant, had the ball, and he dribbled to the right side, and we all thought he was going to shoot it from about 18 feet. And he passed it up to Cam coming around, fadeaway 3, and when it came off his hand, from our angle, it looked like it wasn't even close to going in. And then it banked in, and we were like, oh, my gosh. But, no, it was awesome. And for Tim to win a district championship in his first year as a head coach, Matt earlier said that I hired him. I can't take the credit for that one. I didn't hire Tim, but he is a great hire, though. And he's a great guy.
Absolutely.
But he's got kids, too, and his wife played for Rowan County years ago, won probably 3 regional championships in girls basketball whenever she was there as a player. So definitely some basketball history there with him and his wife. But he his first year as a head coach to win district championship. I went back. I'm a big history nerd, so I found Rowan County history. I used to do that when I was at Bath. I had Bath County history. I had Kenny Williams. I wrote up a whole document for him for softball history, and I gave it to him years ago to have and keep. But Tim was he's the third coach all time in Rowan County history to win a district championship in his first year. So
that's cool. Something
to hang your head about. Usually, you take over a program from another Hall of Fame coach. Usually, it's going to be a rebuilding year for you. But to him, win district still in a quote unquote rebuilding year is something to say.
Well, it was a pretty phenomenal shot, and it looked like a really good game. You know, like you said, he coming back from 20 down was pretty awesome. So I just want to kind of bring that up, you know, being that we had the new athletic director here, and you know, being able to that was that your first postseason as athletic director. So it pretty much like you said, it showed up on your TikTok. You took over social media for a little while because it was an awesome shot.
And that was one thing that I've also been trying to do in this job is promote our programs and our kid as much as possible on Facebook. I've started up Twitter. I've only got like 13 followers, so I have my own personal one, which has more than that. But
let's drop the handle right now. Let's get it to grow a little.
I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I'll have to look it up. I just started it.
That's why you got 13 followers.
Now, Facebook, though, if you want to go on Facebook and follow us at Rowan County Athletics, I usually put everything on there. For today, we were at the EKC banquet. I had all the pictures of us, all the kids that won awards at the EKC banquet today. So, but yeah, usually I've tried to do like a weekly schedule now. I don't think people have done it in like the past, and I've gotten to the point now where I'm doing middle school weekly schedules. So all the games for high school and middle school, I'll put them on a document. I'll post them on there for everybody to see. So get more people out of the games, hopefully, and watch these kids. But we've got so many programs, and to be honest, it's kind of hard to keep up with sometimes. So we've got swimming, we've got bowling, we've got archery, we've got everything, tennis. And I've had to make a sheet where I write down all my sports and have what they've done for the week or who they play, just to keep up with it, because it is a lot. And it's a lot of schools, I feel like, especially bigger schools, need to go to the district AD position. It's just, it's...
So you're already doing that, right?
Yes.
So if there's something that is like big or catches your eye, or anything you want to share, send it to us on our page, and we'll share that and stuff. We try to follow everything. I know you've opened up a new Facebook page,
yes,
right?
Football.
So we got a new football Facebook page. I've got that in my link. I'll send it to you.
I'll give out our Twitter account if that's all right.
Yeah.
It's at Vike, capital VIKEN, capital N, the number 8, ION, capital RC. So it's at
Viking Nation.
A Nation RC.
Gotcha. All right, we'll make sure that we share that. But we like sharing that type of stuff out. And if there's any kid that's going to make an announcement to play college or something like that, we like sharing that type of stuff out as well. So always try to use our socials for the positive to help spread the word and on all that stuff for sure. So. Anything else?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to look up the Twitter. Can you give that one more time?
It's
capital V.
So it's capital V, IKE, capital N, the number 8, ION, capital R, capital C, at Vike Nation RC.
I walked into Harris's
nice.
Oh, my blade. Office the other day, and he goes, "You won't believe how long it took me to find a Twitter handle."
It was tough.
One that's not being used currently. Yeah.
With Viking, I'm sure. Yeah.
With the Viking.
I'm just glad that my personal one doesn't have any kind of numbers in it. I started that back in 2010 when Twitter first came out, so I was one of the first few people on there probably, and it doesn't have a number in my
It's like the people that have like the Sean Kiper at gmail.com, like the original Gmail addresses,
I've had my Twitter so long, mine's just at Alan W. Harris.
Yeah. crazy. So, all right. So, we do have our Simply Secured Athlete of the Week from last week.
And Sean, since we got Round County people here, if there's a sponsor in Round County that would like to have a Round County athlete named Athlete of the Week, Athlete of the Month, or donate to a Round County scholarship program, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So last week's Simply Secured Athlete of the Week is going to be Jonah Gibson from Bath County. He set the new Kentucky indoor long jump record with 22 feet 8.5 inches. And reading the article on that, his first jump was 20 feet, and then he crushed it on the second jump, and they actually had to go and verify that it was actually him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because he made a 2-foot jump.
Right. They were like, are you sure that this is the right guy? So, but yeah, so congratulations to Jonah Gibson for that. Being the fact that there wasn't a huge week, we won't have nominees for this week, but we will have Athlete of the Weeks or Athletes of the Week for next week for sure. And this week's Mays Law Office People's Champ, Miss J.C. Jevedon from Menifee County. Congratulations there for her. And then this week's Rumpke's Dog of the Week. Miss Elias Strode from GRC, who had an absolute phenomenal state tournament and was key to winning that championship for GRC. So congratulations to Elia for that.
8th grader.
So she had 8th grader,
Yeah.
4
Elias
games,
Strode.
39 points, 31 rebounds, 3 assists. That's 9.8 a game, points, 7.8 rebounds. She had a 13 and 10 double-double versus Franklin Simpson on Friday night, and she led the team in the championship game with 15 points and 9 rebounds Saturday night.
Kid is absolutely one of the best athletes I've ever seen.
And she owes everything she knows to playing for Adam Muncy.
I did coach her when she was a 6th grader, but look, sometimes gifts just fall in your lap, and she was one of those gifts.
Well, and Adam, when we were calling the district championship game here, she had a really big district championship game, and one of the comments that you made was like her second jump is higher than her first jump.
Yeah,
and that's just
explosive.
That's all athlete right there. So, and she's just an 8th grader, so she's going to continue to grow. She's going to continue to get stronger.
Yep.
And she will be a fierce competitor in the state tournament over the next several years.
And I watched her as a 6th grader, and she was good as a 6th grader. Yeah. But now as an 8th grader, she has turned into a stud and still has her whole entire high school career to go. So
you've got Strode and you got Edmondson.
Both are 8th graders.
That are 8th graders.
Edmondson's
that are just
already
now going into freshman, going to be a freshman next year.
And Edmondson's
for
already got
GRC.
P4 offers. Like
So
Edmondson's already
just
got
gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, Edmondson's already got P4 offers going for it.
That's real.
Yeah, and Elia used to tell me every day in practice, like, I'm gonna be the first girl to dunk in Kentucky, and I was like, okay, go for it.
Gosh, I hope so.
After watching her last week, it will happen.
That would be fun. That would definitely be fun.
How many times do you see an 8th grader starting in the Sweet 16?
Yeah.
Well, her teammate Kennedy Stamper had done it as a 7th grader.
It's true.
That's true.
Wow. So next week, for sure, Tuesday night, special night, Bath County Baseball, Patrick Armitage will be here with some players. And like I said, keep your eyes open, trying to see if we can get Robbie Graham and the girls come on Monday night. So very possible you get a double episode of the podcast next week, Monday and Tuesday, both. So
let's hope this still happens, because this week's weather is not the greatest for the start of everything. So baseball and softball, as we know, tends to get rained out or get cold it out.
Yeah.
And so they might try to pick up a game here and
made
there.
up
So
a
you
word.
just never know during the baseball and softball season. So, but we are, we'll cross our fingers and hope that everything works out.
All right. Well, guys, once again, thank you guys for coming and spending some time with us tonight. Good luck on the season. Hopefully we can get you into our football rotation, closer to the beginning of the season. And by that time, you've had the opportunity to really look at the players and know what you've got and stuff like that. And
bring some players with you next time and
and
let them.
We'd love to. We appreciate you all having us on.
No problem.
Letting people hear about our program and
Yep.
And we love to bring some athletes on. And
yeah, absolutely.
Next time we come, we'll make sure that you got some Rowan County football.
and
Adam's back.
And some gear.
Okay.
And some gear.
Okay.
Broderick, talk to your coaches if there's anybody else that would like to take the opportunity to come on the show and bring some players or something. Just shoot us a message and we'll get them worked into the rotation.
Coach Schwartz, come on down.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
You stumped him, Adam.
Yeah. Stokes. I meant Stokes. I said Schwartz. I meant Stokes. Sorry. Sorry, Matt Stokes. I'm sorry.
I was like,
we had Schwartz on all of them.
We have Schwartz.
That's the wrong green.
That's like you have.
I know. Sorry, Coach Stokes. My apologies.
That's the wrong green.
I was sitting there going, Schwartz.
Sean's
you
like,
lost me.
Sean's like, we've had a Schwartz on before. I just can't remember who he was.
So, all right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in and watching another episode of the From Corner to Corner Coaches Corner. Thanks again to Community Trust Bank and all of our great sponsors that I'm looking at the TV.
Well,
so,
that word.
Yeah. Anyways, why do you always have to interrupt my mood?
They want to see your face.
They see my face.
Well, I mean,
you can't miss it.
Obviously, some people don't understand what face is yours. You CRC right here. Sean Kiper, CRC.
See you guys next week.
The From Corner to Corner podcast wants to send a huge thank you to all our amazing sponsors who help keep this show rolling each week. Your support lets us keep covering local sports, sharing stories, and building community together. We truly couldn't do it without you. Thank you for believing in us, and let's keep making an impact together.
The Moco Four Horsemen would like to thank you for listening to From Corner to Corner. Be sure to go out and follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, be sure to go out and give us a 5-star review. Thanks as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week.